MVP trophy.
Parang 2014, 2015 for that season.
2015.
So,
Bata pa siya nun.
Grabe, 10 years na.
right? That's
Kaya
really valuable.
actually, content trivia, that year, nung 2015, 40 years yung PBA, naglabas ng 40 greatest players. Diba una with 25, tapos nag-additional ng 15. Di pa kasama si Junmar nun, kasi pa-start pa lang yung career niya nun.
Oh, wow.
Pero ngayon sa 50th,
Little did they know.
automatic na. No-brainer na kailangan kasama
Surprise.
si Junmar.
Pero ilan ba yung MVP? Ilang times na siya yung MVP? 8 ba?
Nine.
9 pala, tama,
Nine.
check. 9
Including
times na.
this, just the one
Yung ngayon, ito
recently.
recent.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yung record
so,
before that.
1 year lang siya hindi naging MVP.
Because he had an
Recently,
injury
si
for a
Scotty.
while.
Si Scotty. Past 2-3 years yun. Yung before noon, ang record for MVP award, si Alvin Patrimonio at
Wow,
si
amazing.
El Presidente, Ramon Fernandez. Pero wala na, lampas-lampas na si Junmar.
Oo.
And I don't think that record will
we'll
be
ever see that
broken. Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So imagine getting your hands on that very first trophy,
But
right?
honestly, that kind of feat couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Sobrang bait ni Junmar Fajardo.
Lang kaya bang yan.
Kaya hindi rin nakakagulat no na binigay niya yung talagang...
Oh, yeah. Oo,
and he's
sobra.
also from Cebu.
Cebu, yes. So, Bisaya talaga yun si Abay. But thank you, great show, and happy weekend. Joke lang, Thursday pa lang. Pagod ko pang Biyernes na eh. Pero can't wait tomorrow din. Tama, yung Mind for a Cause, yung kapatid live selling, abangan nyo po yan. Thank you to Sean, to Cez, and to Pauline.
Regina!
Sorry.
Si Reg.
Reg pala, sorry. Sorry, Reg. To Reg, to Sean, and to Pauline, the big sorry. Kita mo, sabi ko sa'yo, pagod ko pang Biyernes na eh. On our show, we've got the latest NBA scores, a PBL triple header.
And a piece of Philippine sports history, you guys just heard about this, up for auction for a good cause.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Litton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League, let it! Victor Moves puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one! Bacunas rejecting Espejo for the win.
Let's start with NBA news as the Oklahoma City Thunder with back-to-back blowouts over powerhouse teams in the Western Conference. The defending champs followed up their big win over the Golden State Warriors just yesterday. Now with a dominant outing over the Los Angeles Lakers today, the Thunder leading by as many as 37 points en route to the 121-92 victory. OKC was up just 12 after the first quarter, but then held the Lakers to no field goals for almost 8 minutes to start the second, paving the way for this blowout win. Reigning MVP, that man right there, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, again at the forefront. 30 points, 9 assists, 2 steals, and get this, in just 3 quarters of action. He hasn't seen a lot of fourth quarters so far this season. Well, KC's defense also limited superstar Luka Doncic to just 19 points on 20 attempts. The Thunder, off to a historic start so far, improving to 12 wins and just a single loss. Lakers, meanwhile, suffer their 4th loss in 12 games played.
The way we guarded them, it was a 5-man defense tonight. Obviously, we got great stuff out of Kaysen and AC and AJ on those as primary matchups, but the team did a really good job of executing for the most part and gave us a good starting point against those particular players. And we gave them some different looks, which was helpful for us as well. Yeah, I just thought our focus and intentionality and execution the last 2 games were really, really high level. These teams are good tests for us. They're teams that present a lot of different challenges. We also played a back-to-back, and it was our 6th and 7th game in 11 nights, which was a challenging stretch of the schedule as well. So I just commend the guys on the mental toughness and physical readiness to go out there and perform the way we did the last 2 games.
The Lakers' neighbors, the LA Clippers, didn't fare any better as they fell to Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. The Joker erupted for a season-high 55 points, 25 in the first quarter alone in the 130-116 win. Jokic shot 18 of 23 from the field and 5 of 6 from deep. Of course, he still grabbed 12 rebounds and dished out 6 assists to go with his scoring outburst. James Harden scored 23 points and Jordan Miller added a career-high 22 for the Clippers in a losing cause. The Clips did play without Kawhi Leonard and Bradley Beal. Leonard is dealing with an ankle and foot sprain with no timetable to return, while Beal has been ruled out for the rest of the season because he has to get surgery on a hip fracture. The Nuggets have won 6 straight, climbing to 9-2 this season. In contrast, the Clippers have lost 6 straight, falling to 3-8.
It was just a good night to the players, the guys, especially in the fourth quarter, they're giving me the ball and it was going in, but I just tried to play the game. It felt good. It felt good to be out there.
Now, how about we check on the Dallas Mavericks as they just played their first game in the post-Nico Harrison era. It resulted in a loss to the streaking Phoenix Suns, though, 123-114. The Suns were up by as many as 18 in the second half, but the Mavs fought back and cut that down to just 3 with less than 2 minutes left in the game. Dallas couldn't complete the comeback, though, as Phoenix made a bunch of pressure-packed free throws in the final 30 seconds to eventually seal the win. Devin Booker led the Suns with 26 points, 9 assists, while Grayson Allen having a stellar time in Phoenix, 23 markers. Klay Thompson did have one of his better outings this season for the Mavs. He had 19 points, including a season-high 6 3-pointers in his 4th straight game coming off the bench. The Suns have now won 4 straight games, improving their record to 7 wins and 5 losses. The Mavs fall to 3-9, their worst start through 12 games since opening the 2017-2018 season at 2-10. After the game, Mavs star rookie Cooper Flagg spoke about the move to fire Harrison as well as the response from the fans this season.
I mean, for me, it's about basketball. Obviously, I didn't have an incredibly long relationship with Nico, but from when I knew him, he seemed like a really great guy, and we had a really solid relationship. End of the day, I'm here to play basketball, and whatever goes on, above me. It's above me, so I can't worry about it too much. I'm just gonna keep trying to show up and be who I am and try and get better every single day. I think we have not given the fans a lot to love, so I think that is part of it, and I think we take a lot of responsibility on that and having lost the fans a little bit, and I think have we given them a lot more to cheer for and be up for in the fourth quarters and be into it and giving them more wins. I think we might look at it a little differently, so I think we can take a lot of responsibility for that. But I mean, the fans have been there. I mean, they stepped up tonight. They were huge. They were loud. They were positive. So I just want to look forward and try and continue to give them things to be positive for, and just show up and be happy that they can support us. And I'm just glad they show up for us.
We have more NBA stories later on the show. For now, let's go to some volleyball updates with a recap of a quadruple header in the Spikers Turf Invitational. The unbeaten Criss-Cross King Crunchers booked their semis spot after surviving FEU DN Steel in a 5-set thriller. 22-25, 25-21, 25-16, 21-25, and 17-15. Jude Garcia fired 24 points while Noel Campton added 22 markers. Criss-Cross now at 5-0 this conference. Meantime, the USD Gameville Golden Spikers pull off a stunner over the defending champions, the Signal Super Spikers, 25-23, 22-25, 28-26, and 25-20. Josh Ibanez took the spotlight once again with a triple-double, 24 points, 17 excellent receptions, and 11 digs. USD climbs to 4-1, while Signal slips to 4-2. As for the VNS Griffins, they kept their semi-final hopes alive with a 4-set win over the Alpha Insurance Protectors, 19-25, 25-15, 25-22, and 26-24. Noy Pedrosa led VNS with 17 points as they snapped a 4-game skid. And lastly, the Savoj Spin Doctors stayed hot with a straight sets win over the PGJC Navy Sea Lions 25-14, 25-20, and 25-23. Mark Calado and Raymark Betco dropped 13 points each to eliminate the Navy from playoff contention. 3 new showdowns on tap in the PVL Reinforced Conference as well. We bring you the latest from today's games. After this quick break, stay tuned to play-by-play right here on One News.
Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. Still, let's go back to the NBA. How about a 46-piece special on the menu for the Golden State Warriors, thanks to their chef, Steph Curry. That's right, a two-time NBA MVP. Scored 46 big ones to lead the Dubs past the San Antonio Spurs 125-120. Dubs actually trailed by as many as 16 points early on. Then, Steph Curry coming alive with 22 points in the third quarter alone to turn the tide in their favor. Victor Wembanyama and Stephon Castle did try to carry the Spurs, but to no avail. Wemby had 31 points, 14 boards, and 10 assists, while Castle had 23 markers, 10 boards, and 10 dimes to become the first Spurs teammates to have a triple-double in the same game. The Warriors are now 7-6 this season, way better than 6-7. The Spurs dropped their first home game of the season, and they're now at 8-3.
We needed to rediscover our identity, the ball movement right away. Even though we scored 14 points in the first quarter, I liked the process. The ball was moving, everybody was sprinting into ball screens, sprinting the floor, getting to our spots in transition, competing defensively, and that just felt like our team out there.
Even without all 5 of their regular starters, the Detroit Pistons still managed to extend their win streak to 8 games. This time, the Pistons beat the Chicago Bulls 124-113. Detroit started the game hot, shooting over 60% from the floor in the first half. Then they managed to grow their lead to as big as 23 in the third quarter. But the Bulls made things interesting, coming to within 1 point in the fourth. Paul Reed stepped up and finished with 28 points, including a three-point play that helped ice Chicago's comeback attempt. Reed also grabbed 13 rebounds. Duncan Robinson scored 23 before filing out, while Dennis Jenkins delivered 18 markers and a career-high 12 assists in his first NBA start. The Pistons were without Cade Cunningham due to his hip, Jaden Ivey due to his knee, and Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, and Ozar Thompson, all because of ankle issues. The Pistons are now 10-2 for the season, while the Bulls fall to 6-5 after dropping their fourth straight game.
That win tonight was 100% a character and identity win. It speaks to the guys' willingness to do things and go places that other people aren't willing to do and ain't willing to go. And we got a locker room full of guys that'll do that. And, man down, over and over again, but everybody found a way to step up.
14 other teams hit the floor today in the NBA. Let's take a look at the scores. Let's do a rundown quickly here. Jalen Johnson flirts with a triple-double in the Atlanta Hawks 133-100 blowout win over the Sacramento Kings. Then right beside there, as you can see on the scoreboard, the Charlotte Hornets snapped their three-game skid after beating the Milwaukee Bucks 111-100. The Orlando Magic stopped the New York Knicks 124-107, ending New York's win streak at 5 games. Next page, here we go. Boston Celtics rolled past the Memphis Grizzlies, who played without Ja Morant, 131-95. Houston Rockets with a balanced attack to get past the lowly Washington Wizards, 135-112. Shaedon Sharpe scores 35 points as the Portland Trail Blazers take down the New Orleans Pelicans, 125-117. And lastly, the short-handed Cleveland Cavaliers get payback on the Miami Heat, 130-116 in their second game in 3 days.
In the PVL Reinforced Conference, the Signal Super Spikers once again show why they're the league's streak enders. This time, the Signal dealt the Zeus Coffee Thunderbells their first defeat of the conference, 25-12, 26-24, and 25-23. Tied at 23 all in the third, Erica Santos put the Super Spikers at match point, then delivered the game-winning kill block on Chini Arroyo. Santos finished with 19 points on 13 attacks, 3 blocks, and 3 aces. Signal remains perfect in the second round and now have an overall record of 4 wins and 3 losses. Zeus Coffee still first in the standings at 6-1.
Siyempre, thankful ako kasi yun nga yung trust na binibigay sa akin ng mga teammates ko. So, yun, nag-stick lang kami sa game namin and thankful ako na nag-work naman. Honestly, hindi naman ako tumingin sa game. Siguro kung ano yung nilalaman ng kasama ko and kung paano kami nag-judge. Siguro yun yung focus. Pero other than that, thankful ako kasi every time na may game against shoes, maganda naman yung naging resulta.
Meanwhile, the Akari Chargers are also inching closer to a quarterfinal berth. That's after they dominated the next-led Chameleons in straight sets here, 25-13, 25-17, and 25-22. The Chargers were in total control for the game, the entire game, but had to fend off a late rally by the Chameleons in the third set to eventually secure the sweep. Annie Mitchum powered Akari with 22 points built on 19 attacks, 2 kill blocks, and a service ace. Grexel Soltones added 12 markers. Now, with the win, Akari is likewise at 4-3, tying Signal for 5th in standings. Next led remains winless at 0-7.
Actually, we got a nice really nice recovery. But even though yun nga, marami pa rin kami lapses from the past games, but we still have to improve the small balls namin. But I'm very happy that they recovered and we played well against the next day. Medyo half-hearted ako because, yung team ko before was next day. Was next day, but still, iba kasi yung, iba na yung vision namin. And we survives namin, even though yung 5-setter games namin, even is a loss, but still, meron pa rin kami, meron pa rin yung nilook forward din.
And the Creamline Cool Smashers formalized their entry to the quarterfinals. The Cool Smashers swept the Choco Mucho Flying Titans 25-17, 25-17, and 25-23. Creamline, of course, has always had Choco Mucho's number. This is now the Cool Smashers' 17th win out of 18 games against the Flying Titans. Kyle Negrito was named the player of the game with 18 excellent sets. With a win, Creamline improves to a 5-2 record, good for 4th place in the standings. Choco Mucho is now on the brink of elimination at 2-5, sliding to 10th place. Coming up, June Marfa, Hardo, and other athletes are ready to offer their support for typhoon victims in Cebu. The details and more when Play-by-Play returns here on One News. Welcome back. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. The PBA Philippine Cup is back in action tomorrow at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. At 5:15 p.m., the Magnolia Hotshots take on the Blackwater Bossing. Both teams looking to bounce back from losses, with the Bossing hoping to end a 5-game skid. Then, at 7:30 p.m., Barangay Ginebra San Miguel and the Converge Fiber Xers face off. Both are going for back-to-back wins to boost their chances at a quarter-final spot. You can catch both games live on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app.
All NBA lineup for you again, the highlight reel. Let's roll it right away. We got the Hawks and the Kings here. Zachary Risachet, the former #1 pick, attacking all the way to the hole using the left. Looking good for the young stud. Woo. By the way, the Frenchman finishing with 15 points here. 3 boards, a steal, and a block. Hawks blow out the Kings, 133-100. Okay, can we get an amen? Yes, we do. Rockets Wizards up next in Washington. Amen Thompson with a 2-handed flush over Alex Sarr. Whew, amen. Look at the explosiveness, the athleticism. Man, Amen Thompson, can't wait to watch this kid still continue to grow and develop And they have a really tough one. Of course, they have a great team with Alperin Shingun, KD there, of course. And then this athletic monster, Thompson, 18 points, 8 assists, 3 steals. Rockets just zoom past the Wiz, 135 to 112. Up next, Thunder Lakers blowout off the rebound. Jalen Williams, woo! Look at that pass behind his back, woo! Baseline to Cason Wallace attacking. Man, these Thunder, these boys, scary to watch. Looking good for a back-to-back. I know it's still too early for the season, but looking good. And remember, they're doing this without their second best scorer, arguably, of course, after SGA. Chet is stepping up, but without J-Dub, Jalen Williams. And Jalen, Cason Wallace, the boys, really stepping up big time here for OKC's dominant victory. Williams, by the way, that's one of his 4 assists in this one. Wallace, one of his only 2 baskets of this game. And as I said, Thunder just dominate the Lakers 121 to 92 for a 12-1 blistering start. Up next, let's go to the Spurs and the Dubs. Draymond Green out there. Now here's Butler. Back to Green. And look at Wemby. He was far. He was actually stepping on the free throw line. Naabot niya pa yun. To be 7'5", athletic and long, just reaching and challenging Draymond Green shot. Take a look where Wemby is. Woo! Paano niya pa naabot yun, no? That block extended Wemby's streak, by the way, to 96 straight games with at least some block, 3rd most all time. That's his only block, though, in this game, but he did finish with a triple-double, 31 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists. Fortunately, home team, the Spurs, losing to the Golden State Warriors, 125 to 120. Lastly, let's go to the Mavs and the Suns. A lot of first #1 picks here in this highlight reel. How about Cooper Flagg with that block? Monster block on Devin Booker in Dallas. Woo, sky and high. Don't hit your head on the ring, Coop. As I said, a lot of #1 picks. Wemby, former #1 pick. Alex Sarr, kanina nadakdakan ni Amen Thompson. And then, of course, we had Victor Wembanyama with that block. Whew. A lot of #1. And may isa pa tayo, Zachary Risa Shaden Canero, first highlight. Also a former #1 pick. So a lot of #1 picks. Here, look at Cooper up high against the book. That's one of his 2 rejections. But he also had 16 points, 6 boards, 6 assists, 3 steals. Not enough, though, as the depleted Mavs dropped this one to the Suns. Streaking Suns, if I may add, 123 to 114.
And before we go, PBA superstar Junmar Fajardo wants you to own a piece of sports history for a cause. Kraken is putting his first ever PBA Most Valuable Player trophy up for auction to help the victims of Typhoon Tino in his home province of Cebu. Fajardo won that trophy in 2014. He has gone on to win 8 more PBA MVP trophies, including the one from last season. All proceeds from the auction will go to the Alagang Kapatid Foundation of TV5, the league's broadcast partner. Courtside reporter Apo David confirmed that other PBA players will also be donating personal items for the fundraising event, which will be held via live selling on Friday. Sports analyst Nikki Villasin and Blackwater rookie Dalf Panopio have also joined the drive, donating a pair of loafers and clothes from Panopio's partner, SEA Games gold medalist Kaizen de la Serna. Here's Dalf talking about the donation drive.
Ang masasabi ko lang naman na ito lang yung pinakamaliit na oras na mababawas sa buhay ko kasi syempre nag-iisipan ko din yung mga nag-i-struggle ngayon na walang kuryente, walang pagkain, nagkukulang sa lahat kasi nga nawala dahil ng typhoon. And I think with this campaign, gusto ko lang matulungan yung mga tao na nahihirapan ngayon. And the small donation that ginagawa ko, I hope it helps everyone, and it could help. I want to try to help invite people to help also these people that are struggling right now.
Galing. Well job, Dalf, and of course Junmar. At ang dami, there's a painting, Ses Rilon, abangan nyo po yan. Pwede nyo i-mine yan. Surfboard ni Alvin Pura, pwede nyo ding i-mine. Meron din painting, si Papu, Julius Babaw. Marami mga gamit, binigay din si Chikiro Wapuno. Of course, running shoes from me. May kasama socks. Don't worry, yung socks brand new yun. Yung running shoes lang yung use. But a lot, Mine for a Cause, tomorrow po yan sa TV5 Facebook account at 7 p.m. Abangan nyo yan bukas. Because again, check, di ba, this is, kumbaga, nakabili ka na, nakamine ka na, nakatulong ka pa.
Yes,
doon sa mga nasalanta, sa mga nabiktima syempre ng typhoon, mga nagdaang mga typhoon si Uwan
Tino and
si
Juan.
Tino. Yes, yes. So abangan niyo po yan bukas, 7 p.m. on the TV5 Facebook account. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News, that's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid. Good night.